Hey, good morning, friend. Erin Chase here, and this is a very special edition of the Dinner Made Easy show. We are doing a live freezer meal prep. If you caught my chat and my podcast from the Erin Chase show on Tuesday, you already know what we're doing here. And I've seen lots of friends RSVPing for today, and I cannot wait to do this with you. I'm anticipating that this will take between 25 and 30 minutes. I'm going to do pack as much teaching in as I can throughout the video, and I'm going to double record it over here from my phone as well. So what are we doing? Back to school freezer meal challenge is what we are doing. We are working on getting these meals into the freezer using the My Freeze Easy method. This is my tried and true method. I built an entire program, membership, apps, software, all the things around this because it really is that effective. And today there's two choices for you. Where did I put the other one? Oh, it's right here. There's two choices. If you love your Instant Pot, you might want to do this one. This is one of the two choices on this back to school freezer meal challenge. We like choices. This is the slow cooker version, and these are the meals that we're going to prep today. So there are 3 recipes. We're going to double them up, and we're going to end up with 6 meals in the next 20 to 30 minutes. 2 of these meals are what I call dump dinners, which is we're just adding ingredients to bags and then putting them into the freezer. One of them, we do need to mix up the spinach artichoke. Basically, spinach artichoke dip plus chicken. It's delightful, friends. We're going to mix that up, but that's pretty much the only prep that we've got to do ingredient-wise. Once that's ready, then we can put together all 6 meals. So let's get started. You might be following along. You should be able to see the... Sorry, I'm just checking on, I want to see the comments because I want to answer your questions and I don't see where to do that. Let's see on this dashboard. Okay, well, I'm going to have to check and answer your comments afterwards. I'm going to try something different. I apologize. I feel like, here, maybe, comments, here we go. Every time I do this, the dashboard is a little bit, oh, no, that's not it. The dashboard is a little bit different on this producer side. And now I don't even see where the video went. Okay. We're just going to jump right in. Nope, not going to cancel. Okay, here we go. I have to be able to see your comments, friends. I'm so sorry. Bear with me. Manage the stream settings. I just want to see the video. Here's the dashboard. I am so sorry. I think this thing changes every time I come on here. Maybe what I'm going to have to do is stream it on Facebook and then mute, and then I can't mute this computer though because it's running the audio. Maybe we're going to start this over. How come? Anybody know? I can't even see your comments if you do know. What is even happening? Okay, here we go. Oh, my friends. Patty, yes, you can watch later. Good morning, Char, Amber. Okay, I'm so sorry for the 3-minute delay. Okay, here we go. We are going to start our meal prep now. This is the slow cooker recipe. Friends, thanks for bearing with me. I apologize. Patty, this live stream will be here on Facebook. I'm also going to put it on YouTube in a little bit. So this is what we're going to do. I told you a little bit about what's going to happen, and this is my setup here. So 2 of these are dump dinners. Like I said, 2 recipes makes 4 meals, and then the other one we're going to mix up the sauce. So we're going to skip ahead to the pre-cook and chop instructions. This is getting all of your ingredients ready to go. My Freeze Easy method, there's 2 phases. There's ingredient prep, which is this, what you see right here. And then there is the meal prep where we're going to put things bullet by bullet, line by line into the bags. And once you've done this once or twice, you get really efficient at it. But I've set this up in a way that is as efficient as it can possibly be. I've tried freezer cooking 12, 13, 14, 15 different ways. And that's why we developed this way, the way that we did. I also want to show you that if you haven't downloaded this, you could tell you that if, goodness, I want to tell you that if you haven't downloaded this, you can. The link is in the comments. It's also on the video. There are shopping lists by recipe. These are also really useful for prepping the ingredients. There's also divided by store category. So if you're like me and you make your list by store category, you can use those as well. These are really handy for both shopping and keeping things organized. I have ingredients for one meal right here. I have ingredients for another meal right next to it. And then over here, kind of off camera, is the next set of ingredients. Organizing yourself makes this even faster and more efficient. So the first thing that we're going to do is says to warm and drain the spinach. I'm just not going to do that. I'm ignoring my own directions. I'm just going to open the bags, okay? And they're going to go. This is already chopped spinach. It's been sitting on the counter for a little bit. I'm not worried about the extra liquid being in there because we're going to mix this up into a cheesy sauce. So I'm not worried about that. So I'm just going to drop this right into the bowl. The tiny bit of extra liquid doesn't matter for this particular recipe. Okay. The next thing we need to do is the cream cheese. Friends, you guys are going to see how fast this is and you're just going to be amazed. I know you are. If you've never seen me do one of these before, I've done a couple over the years here live. I do these to show you how fantastic this can be, not just for back to school, but I do these meals all year round, both for major sort of life events, as well as just life is busy. I'm just gonna cut this up. This is like semi-softened, just so that it mixes a little bit easier, and it's easier it'll melt into the sauce as it slow cooks after we freeze it. I will go over all of the, how to freeze, how to cook these later, towards the end. All right, so this is gonna be for 2 meals worth. So this might be like, oh my God, that's so much going in a bowl. All of the recipes in this particular plan are portioned for 4 servings. Our mobile app and web app software do allow you to adjust serving sizes if you need, if you're empty nesters and you need less, or if you have a bigger family and you need more. Our software can do that, but everything that I share as sort of part of the free trial, if you will, is portioned to 4 adult servings. And often there are leftovers because, well, there are leftovers. Okay, so that is done. So we've already done the first 2 items on this list. The next thing we need to do is open and drain the cans of artichoke hearts. These are quartered already. It just makes it really easy. If you accidentally buy whole, just run your knife through that really quickly. It's easy to grab the wrong thing, whether you're doing like an online order and pickup, which is very handy. You can use our shopping list to do that, if that's an option for you. Also easy to grab the wrong thing if you're shopping at the store. I am going to drain these fairly well. We do have the liquid from the spinach that's going in there. Also, there will be liquid from the chicken as well. I don't want it to be too liquidy. Okay. I might need a bigger bowl. Ha! Okay, I'm gonna recycle those. Okay, so I've already added some of these things to this bowl. I also need to add Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and then I'm gonna just mix that all up together, and that's going to basically become the base, if you will, of this spinach artichoke chicken. All right, I'm gonna check for questions once I get this going. If you do have questions about this, I wanna answer them. Get this little pot. It's a little stuck in there. A little clumpy. What is happening? Boop, 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 boop. It's time for me to stab the Parmesan cheese. Didn't think I would be doing that on a Thursday morning. Holy cow. What is going on here? I'm gonna have to squeeze the container. There we go. There it is. All right. So this is going to be 2 cups of parm, and then I actually have the wrong kind of cheese. I didn't see the right cheese. I'm just going to use this. It's going to be fine. It's a little blend. I'm not worried. It's going to be delicious. Either way, but a mozzarella would be what I would recommend here. Okay, and then we're just going to mix this together. I do not expect this cream cheese to become smooth. It might, if depending on how softened it is, but I really am just trying to mix this together as evenly as I can, and then we're going to divide it into the 2 bags with the chicken. Okay, so I'm just going to run this spatula through here. We want this to be mixed. Sometimes we can add ingredients to bags for freezer meals, and then the sauce will kind of mix itself as it cooks. This is not one of those. These are very strange. This is a strange complement of different sized ingredients, if you will. We have the tiny spinach, and we have the shredded cheese, the little tiny bits of Parmesan, plus the kind of larger quartered artichoke hearts. We want to just make sure that this is kind of evenly incorporated here. My counters are clean, so don't worry. We're just going to save a little bit of this cheese. All right, so that is that. Yum. All right, this is going to go half and half with some chicken into bags. So at this point, we are now ready to start assembling meals. And I am going to show you these guys. If you see on the video, you might see this. We have these available in our store. They are the bag holders that keep your bags open while you are doing your prep. They are very handy for this. I've heard people using them for all kinds of different things. Sorting, if you're doing a bulk batch, freezing of any kind, not necessarily freezer meals, but something else, maybe a harvest from your garden, something like that. I've also heard people using them for like homeschooling because they have the shorter side. You can use them for organizing things like that. Okay, moving along. I have the meat in the fridge. Let me grab it all. We are going to be using beef roasts for the Mississippi beef roast, chicken breast, and chicken thighs. So I'm going to just go ahead and start with this giant bowl of goodness here and we're going to move on to the next page, by the way. We're going on to the next page. I'm actually going to start over here and then probably the next chicken and then the beef. This is organized so that you can kind of go however you prefer. Just follow bullet by bullet. So for the spinach artichoke chicken, 2 small boneless chicken breasts. I'm just going to do it says 4 small. I'm going to do 2 large, garlic powder, and then half of this into each of the bags. Okay. So let me grab my tongs. And then I will do the next 2 and the next 2 and we'll be done. That's what I love about these is they're so fast and easy. Come on, tongs. I also still haven't finished my coffee, so if I start not making sense, maybe we can say that's why. All right. You know what? I actually might do 3 in here. Let me make sure I have enough. We're looking for about 1 pound of meat. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I said 2. I'm going to switch it to 3. I'm calling an audible. That'll be great. That'll be plenty for us. One of the other reasons that I developed the MyFreezeEasy apps and program, well, actually, the original reason, oops, that was lopsided. These are also the wrong bags. It's the only bags I have, but that's okay. The other reason, the original reason that I started it was to save money on groceries, because this is something I have preached and taught for years and years and years. When you see, actually since 2008, long time. When you see meat on sale, get it and make freezer meals, okay? Don't get it and put the package of chicken into the freezer. Don't do that. Do this first. So get the meat on sale and turn it into a freezer meal. You will thank yourself later, I promise. Okay, so now that we have these 2 here, is this looking handy? We're gonna add half of this amazing mixture to each bag. All right, check for comments before we press on. Oh, Patty, yes, it's always here. The replays are always here. Okay, if you have questions as I go along, please ask. Good morning, Lisa. All right. I'm actually going to shift it a little closer so you can see a little better. Sorry. Didn't realize I was so far back on the counter. Okay, so this is just going to be a scoop and drop sort of situation. This is like, I don't know if you guys have ever had cracked chicken. It's like, it's kind of a cream cheese based. I need to add the garlic too. Don't let me forget. It's so good. Well, this is basically that plus spinach and artichoke. It's also spinach artichoke dip, essentially, with chicken. And it's a meal, right? Oh, these are just not the right bags. These are not the freezer bags. They're not, the bags are the problem here. All right, we want all this goodness. So let me just fill these guys up. Oops, I missed. That looks about even, right? Okay. Save the artichoke. All right, from here, this is what I do. You take everything out and then you seal it almost till it's closed. Don't seal it completely yet. And then you're going to lay it down and then try and press as much air out of it as you can. Okay? So that looks like, let me just clear this off. If you could see it, that would be great, Erin. Sorry, this is so awkward. Awkwardness with filming is happening in my kitchen right now. So you just kind of lay it down. I fold it up, so no, this one isn't very liquidy, but I don't want any liquid to escape. And then you just press out any air, and that'll help reduce freezer burn. Okay. Done. We're going to move on to the next chicken. Why I cannot, these are not my favorite bags, friends. I'm sorry, just gonna say that. I prefer the freezer style. They're thicker, they're easier to work with, and they seal better apparently. All right, 2 down. Next chicken is going to be the cheesy salsa chicken. This one did not have any pre-cooking involved. Okay, so what we're gonna do is add chicken breasts and chicken thighs to this one. Okay, and the reason that I'm mixing the meat is because, oh, I wish I had the other bags. I left 2 things at the office. I left bags and the labels at the office. That's my fault. But these are just, these don't have the thick top that I'm used to. These bags. So I apologize for all the awkwardness here. All right. So this is going to be, again, chicken breasts and chicken thighs. I like the combination of the white and the dark meat. You could do absolutely all dark or all white, totally up to you. It's really just a preference. But we're going to add the chicken. And, oh, I forgot the garlic. I did, friends. I said I was going to put it in and I didn't. That's okay. I'll add a little note to the back. Let's see here. So this is going to be 4 chicken thighs, boneless, skinless chicken thighs into each bag. They just have so much more, they just have such a rich flavor. Oh, these bags are killing me. This never happens to me. These are just like the regular bags, and they're so much thinner. All right. So then now we're going to add chicken breasts, and then the salsa and the taco seasoning. And then after it cooks, we will add the shredded cheese and sour cream. We will not add that now. I do not love to freeze sour cream because of its consistency. It just doesn't hold together as well as something like cream cheese. We did just add cream cheese to the other meal. That is fine. The sour cream just has that thinner consistency, if you will. And so it just does not freeze as well. Okay. So we're gonna do the 4 chicken thighs and the 2 chicken breasts into each bag. I'm gonna do the taco seasoning directly onto the chicken, and then I will do the salsa over the top. You can do it either way. It's really gonna all get mixed in together, but that's how I'm doing it today. All right, so salsa, taco seasoning. We are gonna add 2 tablespoons. I do homemade taco seasoning. The recipe is on the $5 Genders blog. It's one of our most popular recipes. Tried and true. 2. This is about the same as 1 packet, so if you're doing a packet's worth, that's 1 packet into each bag. And then we're gonna do salsa. You see Daisy right there? About 1 cup into each bag. That's gonna thin out with the chicken and make a beautiful sauce. I usually I'm gonna swirl out. Usually add a little tiny bit of water to get all the sauce and stuff out of like a marinara jar. I can't say I've ever done that with salsa, but I'm gonna do it today. I'm not worried about the extra liquid, but I want all that yummy goodness. Okay, recycle that here. All right, same story. Again, we're not adding the sour cream or cream cheese right here. We're gonna add that at the end of the slow cooking cycle. These are all slow cooker meals. I'm gonna break down how to thaw and slow cook these guys in a little bit. And that one's all good. Oh my goodness, these bags. I keep saying that, but ooh. These are very different from what I'm used to using. It's just different. They're not bad. They're gonna do their job of containing my meal in the freezer. So it's just awkward getting them sealed up. Okay, so here's our beautiful stack of 4 meals right here. We have 2 left to go. That is going to be the beef roasts. The beef roasts this is the Mississippi. We are gonna add pepperoncini pepper, ranch, and pepper to this. And then if you want to add butter, I've done it both ways. I think it's delicious both ways. You could add butter, little pads of butter when it's time to slow cook it. It just kind of melts and adds a little extra pop of creaminess to everything. But it is also not necessary because there's a little bit of milk in the ranch dressing mix. So to me, that's a, do it if you want. All right, so ranch, pepperoncini peppers. I got the sliced kind. You could use the whole kind. It's totally up to you. I think having the sliced adds a little bit more of that tangy zippiness. Pepperoncini peppers have a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of bite. When I make this for my family, I will eat the pepperoncini peppers. The kids will just have the meat. Actually, I have one that likes the pepperoncini peppers, but so it's easy to not eat them if you don't want to eat them. But they do add a nice tangy zippiness to the sauce. All right, 1 and 2. I am using chuck. I believe these are chuck shoulder roasts because these were the smaller, cheaper option at the store. The other option, the chuck roasts, which I normally get, were just much larger, and I didn't need that much meat for an individual meal. So I went with this. It's very similar. The chuck roast also does a beautiful job of in the slow cooker, and it makes it so shreddable. It's just my favorite cut for that. So I would look for a chuck roast or even a round roast would work. Those would probably be my two recommendations for which cut to grab for this. All right, let's go pepper, ranch. Where's my measuring spoon? Here it is. Okay, let's do the pepper, the ranch, right directly onto the meat. We're almost done, friends. 25 minutes, plus our snafus and not being able to figure out the comments. User error. Ooh, maybe I should have finished my coffee before we started this morning. Oops, I'm just going to use all that. All right. And then I'm going to go break down for you how to cook all of these. Okay? Let's see. So I'm not going to drain this pepperoncini. I'm trying to show you this. These are the slices. If you have the whole, just use a fork or a knife and grab. I'm going to grab like a half a cup-ish worth. These are, again, tangy with a tiny bit of bite. They're really not spicy. They're just zippy. How about we call them zippy? Is zippy a good word for pepperoncini peppers? If you can't find these, the best alternative would be a banana pepper. If you see sliced banana peppers near these as well, that would be a good choice. Okay, I think that is sufficient. And we're done, friends. We are done with these 6 freezer meals. So we have 2 Mississippi beef roasts. We have 2 cheesy salsa chickens in which we are going to add the sour cream and shredded cheese at the end of the cooking cycle to get that creamy sauce. Okay. And then we have 2 spinach artichoke chickens. These are the super full ones that you see right there. Let me go over how to freeze, thaw, and cook these. So all of these are slow cooker meals. And in the other version of this freezer meal challenge, there's an Instant Pot. It's very similar. So with this, what we're going to do is I'm going to flat freeze these, kind of like this. I'm going to lay them like so. Can you see that right there? Yeah. And then put those on top. I'm going to add these like this and these like this. If you are worried about these bags sticking together, which I actually kind of might be, because these are not the right bags I normally use, what I might do is add, I don't have wax paper right here, it's in the pantry, but I'm just going to show you this. Wax paper, parchment paper, probably a paper towel would work too. I've never tried that, but it probably would. Just stick it in between like that to help add a little layer. That'll help things keep from sticking. Okay, so that's an option, but flat freeze, these are not going to take up so much room. One of the common complaints that I see is the bag sticking together or not having enough room in your freezer. This takes up like the bottom half, or actually even the bottom half of a top freezer, or like a section of the tray at a bottom freezer. So they really don't take up that much space if you pack them well like this. Okay, so again, flat freeze, kind of like this. There's your beautiful box of 6 freezer meals right there. Okay, amazing. Absolutely love this. I mean, I can't wait to make all of this. Back to school season just got a lot easier. All right, drop these in the slow cooker. So what does that look like? Now they're frozen like this. When it is time to cook one of these, what I will do, I will take a bowl and I will fill, a third, half, 2/3 of the way up with water, just room temperature, lukewarm water. And then I will take what I call the frozen ball of delicious, and I will take it and I will place it in here, into the water for 5 minutes. And in that 5 minutes, that will thaw enough to separate the ingredients from the baggie. This will all be frozen. The salsa will be frozen with the chicken, so you kind of have to fast forward into the future. And once the bag will separate from the freezer meals, you can transfer the frozen ball of delicious out of the bag directly into your slow cooker. There's only one rule that I have. It's a food safety rule with cooking frozen meals into the slow cooker, and that is it needs to cook on low for at least 8 hours. So 8 to 10 hours, depending on your schedule and your timing of your day, but at least 8 hours. That will give the slow cooker enough time to defrost and to cook your meal. Doesn't that sound like splendidly easy? Splendidly easy. It is so easy, friends, to have this option. So again, this is frozen. Fast forward. Actually, I have one. Let me just show you. Here's the frozen chicken. Okay, we're going to just place this into the lukewarm water, just as it comes out of the tap. 5 minutes, and then once the bag ingredients have separated from each other, you can drop it frozen into the slow cooker. Okay, and then slow cook on low for at least 8 hours. Walk away, come back. The only one that you will have to do anything to is the cheesy salsa chicken. At the end of the cooking cycle, you will need to mix in the sour cream and shredded cheese to get that creamy sauce. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Creamy sauce. The chicken and the artichoke is going to not require anything at the end of the cooking cycle, and the beef roast, you can shred that, you can slice that however you prefer, and then you have yourself a super easy and fantastic option for dinner. Side dish wise, the cheesy salsa chicken could be served over rice, in a flour tortilla, corn tortilla. You could shred it up and serve it as like nachos. Lots of options for that. The spinach artichoke chicken, I would just serve that with like a dinner roll and maybe a side salad or some broccoli or something like that. And then the Mississippi roast, you could serve that with French fries from the freezer. You could serve it with roasted potatoes, mashed potatoes. It's kind of a good meat and potato type of meal. It's got a really fabulous sauce, and then just some veggies and a side salad. So the sides, I leave those up to you because everybody's family has different preferences, but that is that. That is the major rundown of how to get 6 meals into the freezer for this busy back to school season. If you have not yet downloaded this PDF, you can download it and print it yourself. There's also an option to, oh, that's the Instant Pot one. There's two. There's Instant Pot and slow cooker. There's also an option to order a bundle where I print this out and I mail you the bag holders. So that's definitely an option. We also have the bag holders in our store if you're interested in that. Okay, I did see a question about dairy-free. Stephanie, the recipes in the Instant Pot are all dairy-free. Also, all of our recipes have dairy-free modifications and gluten-free modifications as well. Sarah, there should be a pinned comment where you can get a download. You can pick the slow cooker or the Instant Pot. Stephanie, so what, I don't know how large your family is, but this would bake for 4 adult servings, but there's 2 of them. So this would, if you cooked these together in your slow cooker, that would be 8 servings worth. Actually, it might be a little bit more because sometimes there's a leftover a portion wise. We've got good, healthy 4 portions in each of these plans, so you could double. Also, Stephanie, I do have a web app and a mobile app that allows you to adjust your servings to your family size. If you want more information about that, I can send you that. The cook time would be the same for the slow cooker. So any of these, no matter if you put 4 servings, 6 servings, 8 servings, depends on the size of your slow cooker, but that is going to be on low for 8 hours to cook all of these for frozen. So that cook time will be the same. If you're cooking these in an Instant Pot, when you add more, you need to add a tiny bit of time to the cook time, but you don't need to double it when you're doing Instant Pot cooking. There's some nuances to Instant Pot cooking that are a little bit different, but we're not going to get into that today. All right, I think that's all that I have for you today. Get these into your freezer. I promise you will thank yourself. I have emails that will help guide you through this entire process. I want you to be successful with this, and I want you to get everything you need into the freezer for this busy back to school season. Okay, my friends, that is what I got for you for this week's episode of the Dinner Made Easy Show. I have another show next week, and if you have not heard yet, I am appearing on a competition show on the Food Network, which is crazy and wild, and I can't wait to tell you more about it. My episode airs on August 16th. That's a little less than 2 weeks, and so we're doing a whole big watch party, Q&A, and all of that, so be on the lookout for more information about that as well. So thanks for joining me today. Get these 6 meals into your freezer. Like I said, it takes about 30 minutes, besides all my chatting and teaching in there, maybe even a little bit less. Now that you know how it works, get it done in your kitchen, and you'll be set up for back to school freezer meal success. All right, friends, thanks for joining it. We'll talk to you soon.